Welcome to the campus of Winton Woods High School, Forest Park, Ohio. Tonight, Waycross Community Media, the WCM, proudly enters your homes and palatial estates with first-round activity in this year's OHSAA playoffs. I'm Jake Williams, and this evening, my partner Chris Meade and I will bring the commentary for tonight's affair. Now, the Warriors need to prove they have any and all answers for the Lancers, who come in led by Coach McLaughlin. This team is not that far removed from the days of Cam Porter and Sam Hildebrand. Tonight, though, the Warriors should prove that the days of Camelot are well in the rearview mirror of these Lancers. Now, Chris Meade, you've been doing some games for Waycross. You did a fantastic job covering Northwest this season. Could you tell me any thoughts you have on the current affair that we have going on tonight here?
I think it's really a story of two teams that are just completely different. You have the Lancers who are just kind of rebuilding, finding themselves. They're going to need to try and get the Waycross off schedule. What I mean by that is, they're going to need enforcement of third downs. They're going to need to get some turnovers. So they're going to need Winton Woods to make some mistakes. Winton Woods just needs to stay on schedule. They're undefeated. They won a state championship last year. What they need to do is just treat this team, not play down to their opponent's level, and just use their running backs and run out the game.
That's a good assessment. That's a very good assessment, Chris. Now, before we go too far, I just want to introduce the officials for tonight's affair. The referee is Matthew Kleiner. The umpire, Marvin Doyle. The linesman, Jeff Gorsuch. The line judge, Andy Douglas. And the back judge is Jason Arthur. So we see the Warrior Band making its way over to the visitor side of the field. Get ready to get this game underway. So, Chris, tell me some things about over there. Did you enjoy time spent over there at the, did they call it the Fred Hunt press box over there?
They did, yeah. It was a pretty competitive game. Against Talawanda was last week. And Talawanda, of course, was last in the league in their division, but they showed up and they played real well. And, but Northwest got handed to them, came back in the second half and really made a game of it.
Yeah, Northwest, even late last year, they seemed like a second-half team, and they're scrappy. And believe it or not, they may still show up in these playoffs at some point. They're playing tonight.
Yep, I think they're the A seed and hosting the 9th seed. I don't know who they're.
If they win, they play the winner of this game next week. And, well, we know who we want that to be. Of course, now Warrior Nation may have a heavy heart to some extent, but Coach Murphy assures me that these guys tonight will also drop a heavy hammer on LaSalle, who, from the sound of it, are just happy to be here. Okay, Okay, so Warriors Special Teams takes the field to address this kickoff to the Lancers, who will be moving it toward the north end zone. Please get that Michigan fight song off. Okay, so we see the Warriors Special Teams breaks the huddle. You see number 87, Dan Umba, is about to set foot to this. Lancers got a man standing on his 1 yard line awaiting his kick. Umba steps into it, hits and rolls into the end zone. And the Lancers offense will come out and get this thing started. See the Warrior defense, they come out on the field. They know that they have to uphold what's going to happen in these playoffs. It all starts with defense.
Yeah, they got a nice defense too. I mean, they're only allowing 73.6 rush yards a game, which means stopping the run. You got to force Lancers to become one-dimensional and throw the ball. And the Winton Woods has incredible pass rushers.
Yes, they do. And if this LaSalle quarterback can't do more than just throw. Here they come after him, first play of the game, and he gets through the first line of defenders for about a 5-yard gain.
Nice little read right there up the middle.
Gains 4 yards on the left side. Tackle made by number 14, Josh Thompson. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 24-yard line.
2nd down for the Lancers. There's the give inside, and then Ward defenders are there before he can pick his way through any hole that just not there.
Yeah, defenders were really ready for that one right there. I mean, just look how they collapse on the running back. Nowhere to go. Holds off, held up. Just really nice job. The defensive line plugging those holes to let those linebackers rush up and just make a free tackle.
So that's going to bring it to 3rd and 6. This is where the Ward defense wants to get off the field right now.
Yeah, obvious passing down. Just pin your ears back and go after the quarterback if you're Winton Woods. And the nice thing, too, about Winton Woods, they have locked down corners, so you can really play your safeties as far up as you want.
Yeah, Winton Woods is well managed on his defense. And that pass is out of bounds, incomplete. That's going to bring it to 4th and 6 for the Lancers.
Yeah, Cameron Calhoun did a really good job just collapsing on this guy, and the pass was a little bit to the outside, but I think Cameron Calhoun forced that. Used the sideline to his advantage right there, just good coverage.
So we got Jermaine Matthews Jr., number 7, camped out to wait this punt, standing on his 30-yard line. There's the kick. In over in, short kick. It looks like he's going to make it out of bounds on the Lancer side of the field, or looks like right at midfield. No, they're going to call it down at the Lancer 47-yard line, where the Warrior offense will put it in gear.
And we kind of touched this on pregame, but this is, if you're the Lancers, this is not what you want to do. You don't want to shake a putt, put this tremendous offense, scoring almost over 40 points a game in your own territory to start the game. I suspect that Winton Woods is just going to run the ball and then mix in some play action here and there.
Yeah, I found out last week. I came and I watched the game as a spectator, and you don't give these guys a short field. This ball's handed off, and number 26 got to carry. It's going to make it 2nd and 3.
Wow, just a nice power run by Ty Gooding right there to the right side, power side. The offensive line, I mean, they're just huge guys. They're massive. That's where the strength of this team is, just pushing guys out of the way. Really nice job. And it's unfortunate because the Lancers really have no rushing attack, no rushing defense, I should say, just allowing over 100 yards per game, which bodes well nicely for Winton Woods, who's a run-heavy offense.
Yeah, so, of course, now Lancers, they just seem like they're happy to be here, so.
Yeah, they
You know, they're talking about buying steak dinners for people they don't even know up there in Dayton. There's George with the carry. He's trying to get outside, but the Lancer defenders are saying not so fast.
Yeah, really nice job by the Lancer defense there. They're just not allowing the guy to get to the corner and keeping contained. It looked like the running backs were kind of in the quarterback run not the same page because 18 did a fake, but the running back obviously just went straight to a block. It didn't fool anybody.
And the Warriors' offense are going to have to keep Vance George out of any indecision and busted play type of scenarios because I don't think he has wheels. There's the give. Around right in, but the Lancer defense is there once more. So on offense, the Warriors are going to have to do something up the middle to make this Lancer defense honest.
Yeah, I mean, James Minor did it. Just try and get to the outside right there, but again, great job by those linebackers and safeties of the Lancers just coming up, keeping contained. And I think Winton Woods is playing the Lancers' hands by going to the outside. Just run up the middle, use your power, which is that offensive line, and just fall behind those guys.
Absolutely playing into their hands. Lancers are a team that has athletes just like the Warriors do. And so far, it looks like the Warriors are just going to have to punch them in the mouth straight up the middle to loosen up the outside. 3rd and 19. George looking to throw his ball. He throws his ball over the middle. It's caught. That's Khalil Ollinger making that grab for the Warriors, but he's still going to be a little short of the first down.
Yeah, just nice little play right here. Across the middle. Good separation from his defender, and excellent catch. I mean, diving for the ball, making sure his hands were under it. Really nice job by Ollinger.
That's going to bring it to 4th down. Looks like 4th and 4 they're calling it. There's George. He turns and gives. It's tied straight ahead on his feet down to the 10-yard line, where it'll be 1st down, no flags on the field.
And that is the most demoralizing play for the Lancers. I mean, you had them backed up deep, then you let that pass happen, and now you allow Ty Gooding just to run right down your defense, get a 1st down, just 10 yards from the goal line now.
Like you said, Ty Gooding knew what to do with that carry. There's the give again. Bounces off the pile and round left in and makes a positive gain out of what could have been a no gain.
Yeah, really nice play again, but just bouncing around trying to find that open hole. And nice little block by Van George getting himself dirty there. You don't see a lot of that from the quarterback, but come for a nice block right there.
Clock rolling, 7:04 left in the 1st quarter here.
2nd and 6 from the 7-yard line.
7-yard line. Vance George. Got corners with him. There's give the corners inside, straight ahead. Looks like he muscles his way down to the even 5-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Trey Cornish there. Again, trying to find that middle. It's kind of surprising that it's the first carry for him of the game, but it's kind of their star running back.
3rd and 4. Yeah, Cornish is the main running back this year, but other guys are going to have to step up now that it's the playoffs. I'm sure all their opponents got film of Cornish. There's Cornish outside. He's going to beat this guy to the corner. Yeah. Touchdown, Winton Woods Warriors.
Wow, just a great job getting to the outside right there. And that speed by Cornish just kills the defense. I think that's what they were trying to do routinely earlier in the drive, and now it worked here into the end zone.
Yeah, this Trey Cornish, he comes from a long line of athletes transferred in from Mount Healthy. As we see, Dan Umadamale in to try to point after. The hold is down, and the kick is up. And that kick is good. So with 6:07 left to go in the first quarter here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 7 and the visiting Salle Lancers nothing. See on the replay here, the Warriors know they can beat them to the edge. Just can't do it every single play.
Yeah, and what they did right there is because they had the two running backs in the backfield, they had to either choose, do I cover Ty Gooding or Trey Corners? Ty Gooding's been getting the ball this entire drive. He's going right up the middle. They hand it to Trey Corners. The time he bounces right to the outside. Defense is collapsing. Really good play. Almost a running play-action play where you have two running backs and you can choose which one you want to give it to.
Well, the Warriors have certainly proven they have plenty of weapons on both sides of the ball. It's just that in the playoffs, other guys have to step up that teams don't have as much film on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly
don't
right.
expect.
Yeah, and the Warriors' running back room is just so deep. You know, they got it's basically a three-headed monster.
And they don't have Casey Spears. I was at practice the other day, and I spoke to Casey Spears for a couple minutes. And just think if they had him. Here's I don't know if that ball, but yeah, that's onside kick recovered by the Warriors in midair. That's number 30 covering that ball for the Warriors.
Wow.
That's Richard Bedford.
I think they're going to make sure it's past 10 yards, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, from where it is. What's this flag about?
No, it was just short of 10 yards. That was really, really close.
Okay, so since it didn't go to mandatory 10 yards, it'll be a short field for the Lancers.
Official timeout.
That was really close. I mean, great execution. Just a hair touch right before that 10-yard marker.
Evidently, the Warriors coaching staff ordered that, trying to get a good head start on this game.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do that knockout punch.
That's right.
Early.
I don't want to just assume because the Lancers come in here less than what they usually are that they'll go away without being, forced to.
Yeah. I mean, the playoffs is a whole new season. Everybody's 0-0, so.
Yeah. And undefeated season and all, that's fine, but now they have to wash their hands of that.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors came this way last year, but it was a little different last year.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking at the rule book.
Well, this is going to be where if it's taking this long, I don't think you're going to say, yeah, Winton Woods, you got this ball now. Okay, so officials have got this ball where the LaSalle Lancers are going to set up shop on the Warrior 37-yard line, 1st and 10. So Warrior defense got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, I mean that whole onside kick was it looked perfect, and then just interference. And if you're the Lancers, this is the brace you need in a playoff game like this.
Yeah, this is something that they need.
Mm-hmm. So
here the Lancers go, 1st and 10 from the Warrior 37-yard line. There's the give to his running back, and he's trying to find a spot, and he gets some muscles in there for about 3 yards.
Yeah, trying to work that outside, kind of a zone read. Look at that line, offensive line pulling, trying to contain.
Before we go too much further, before they're needed, let's tell folks about the chain gang. The chain crew is Chip Wilson, Gerald Bailey, Rick Bedford, Chris Cuomo. Quiz Como, and Jeff Kelly. There's a pass over the middle, and
Wow.
he is dislodged from that ball.
Yeah, just a great play by the defender right there. Just making contact immediately when the receiver touches the ball. Just perfect tackle, perfect timing, great coverage. He gets that forearm right on the receiver's hands to break that pass up.
Another guy on the chain crew that I didn't mention is Derek Wright. This guy's been operating the chain gang around Warrior Nation for years now. Straight pass.
Yeah, connecting there to Tamiko Jackson, their leading
Tamiko Jackson, 5'10", 177-pounder.
Yeah, going against Tremaine Matthews, you would think that would be an advantage to Winton Woods, but he made the catch right there.
First down, Lancers from the 26-yard line.
Well, here Lancers go, 1st and 10, 4:52 to go in the first quarter. Number 11, Patrick McLaughlin, hands off inside. Little or no gain.
Yeah, I think if you're Lancers, it's just not the recipe to success running up right in the teeth of the defense, especially run-stopping defense like that. You got to work the outsides like they have been.
Gain of 2 on the carry.
And the Lancers are going to have somebody that can run the ball. I know I was at a game not too long ago where a young man ran 21 carries for 133 yards in the first half. You can't have this kind of operation. So here's the Lancers looking to throw this ball. Incomplete.
Yeah, a little trickery right there, trying to screen out to the wide receiver. Backwards pass behind the line. But nice job with the Warriors staying disciplined, not biting on that fake, and just great coverage.
Great defense by the Warriors. Evidently, the Warriors have studied the Lancers on film thoroughly. I know Coach Gray has done a good job with this Warrior defense since he's been here. Laughlin looks over Warriors sideline, pointing to his right tackle. This delay of game looks like.
Penalty flag on the field. Delay a game on LaSalle.
You know, LaSalle, they can't get in here and think too much about these plays, causing delay a game. 3rd and 13. Straight drop, looking to throw it over the middle, complete. That's number 1 on the tackle for the Warriors. That's Cameron Calhoun.
Yeah. Wow, just a nice slant. Got it, almost a little bit of a pig play. I mean, just maybe a rub play. If you're the offense, you're going to call it a rub play. And, yeah, great pass, right on time.
Well, it looks like that's the kind of pass play that the Lancers may have time to protect for. There's a give inside number 3 and can't find a place, and they got him smothered.
Yeah, Warriors have a great job at just not allowing Jalen Grant to make a living up the middle. I mean, look at that defensive tackle just fighting through 2 blocks, double team to take him down. That's actually really incredible.
So far, it looks to me like the Warriors have intentions of spreading out the wealth amongst different guys doing their job.
Yeah, they just got a talented defense across the board, especially this red zone defense. It's really tighten up for sure.
It's going to be 2nd and 11. Man in motion, McLaughlin looking to throw over. Ball's caught, but he is hammered. That's Cameron Calhoun on the stop.
Cameron Calhoun making his name known.
That's going to make it 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I think Joey Paulini, the receiver on that, might feel that in the morning. Yeah, just a great form tackle too. And wrapping with his arms, that's key, not just using his shoulder.
Clock moving, 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 9. So here's McLaughlin in the pistol, straight drop, looking to throw. Here they come in on him. He's being chased out of the pocket. And he's going to run for the out-of-bounds marker, and he's going to be short of it by about 2 yards.
Yeah. I mean, he got a decent amount of yards by rolling out, but great job. Just rushed forward, had almost a free rusher there. Thought about throwing it, but great job just staying with him and then getting help from the safeties.
That's number 95, Cameron Jackson, defender trying to chase him down, 6'2", 235 pounds. Here come the Lancers, going to try this field goal attempt. The hold is down. The kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 2:10 left to go in the first quarter here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 7 and the LaSalle Lancers 3.
Yeah, and that drive really was a win for the Winton Woods defense. I mean, they start off backed up in their own territory. Kind of a, the onside kick did not go the way they wanted it to. Quick switch, back on the field, and holding them to 3 points is excellent there, preventing the tie to happen and allowing that that quick striking offense back on the field.
That's right. The Warriors are going to have to keep these guys at field goal attempts while they're scoring touchdowns.
Yep. But I think we saw also what Lancers are going to have to do throughout the game on that drive. Short, intermediate passes, less than 10 yards. The run game is not something they're going to rely on. It's going to set up, the pass is going to set up the run in this case.
You're right, because it looked like the protection that his offensive line can afford him would be okay for that short passing game. But yeah. I don't think they're going to be able to let him stand back and throw it deep.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're just been rushing 4 right now, but eventually you're going to get a linebacker blitz in there. You're going to get a corner blitz. You're going to get something. Right now, Winton Woods is not playing their full hand yet. They don't need to.
So we see the Lancers putting this ball down on their 40-yard line to serve it up to the Warriors.
Kicking off for the LaSalle Lancers.
See what happens. Warriors tried trickery, but the Lancers are trying that. It's caught, and he makes this guy miss. He's up the middle, still on his feet, up to midfield, cuts back inside, down the right sideline, and he's finally knocked down on the Lancer 26-yard line.
Wow, Tramar Harris did a great job collecting that boot shake. They tried to hit him real hard, but bounced right off that initial hit, made him pay, going all the way down to the 26-yard line.
You're right. I mean, Chris, that was a big hit he bounced right off of.
Yeah, and then his blockers recovery. I mean, that's just great patience by his blockers.
Yes, indeed.
Just an excellent play by everybody around.
So the Warriors are setting up shop on the LaSalle, looks like 25-yard line. Van George waiting to snap. Empty backfield, straight drop. Pumps once, throws his ball. Caught!
Wow.
Inside the 10-yard line for first down.
Jermaine Matthews making himself known on the defensive side of the ball, but he can catch. I mean, that was a pinpoint toe line catch right there.
That's right. That's a Sunday afternoon catch right there.
Yeah, that just terrific timing on the pass and just terrific concentration by Jermaine Matthews, collecting that ball in, making sure he's inbounds.
First and goal from the 7. There's a give, 26, motoring near the goal line. They're going to call it a whistle down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Ty Gooding is just making himself known in that interior. I mean, he's just running people over.
Absolutely. And see, the offensive line, they're just showing up like they've been all year. There's Goody with the carry. Straight in there. Bounces off the pile, but he can't work his way across the goal line. It's going to be third down. Looks like about a yard, maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, Lancers did a good job just doing basically an all-out blitz, understanding the play being called, the win-wins tendencies in the red zone, especially within the 5-yard line.
Okay, so everything's tight. And there's the quarterback sneak.
I think he's
and that's going to be a touchdown. Winton Woods touchdown. 101 left to go in the first quarter here from Frederick Stadium on the campus of Winton Woods High School, Forest Park, Ohio. We have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 13 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 3. So we see him lined up for the extra point. The hole is down, and Dan Umba sends that through the uprights. And that kick is good.
Nothing fancy on that touchdown, just a straight QB sneak. Follow behind those big guys in the offensive line, let them do the work.
And that's what I'm sure the Warriors, they don't need it to be fancy. They just need it to light up the scoreboard.
Yep. All they got to do is win in advance. Doesn't matter how it happens.
Yeah, I know we're doing this game, but that Northwest game, that one guy, number 7, made that move for that touchdown near the end of that game. Man, that was the best move I ever saw.
Was that the quarterback, Diego Yoon? Yeah, he's quick on his feet. And he has a pretty talented arm for his size. It's very deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The move itself was just unreal. I couldn't believe that move.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he comes in here, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'd love that matchup if they come in here next week.
Deep to the south, number 9, Corey Beasley. Kicking off to the Warriors, number 87, Dan Umba.
Okay, so Dan Umba, Domale, 6 foot to it. Ball's gathered in on the 7-yard line by the Lancers, straight up the middle, and he's hammered down on his own 26-yard line where the Lancers will put it in gear.
First and 10, Lancers from the 27-yard line. Leading the Salle was number 32, Salle. Quarterback is number 11, Patrick.
Okay, so the Lancers are going to set up shop, put this thing in gear on their own 27-yard line. There's a give. Nowhere to go. The Warrior defense is waiting.
Yeah, Jalen Grant, he's trying to be patient. He's trying to wait for that hole to open up, but the defensive line, Winton Woods, just not allowing any hole to open up. And those linebackers just quick, collapsing. Just great team defense by Winton Woods.
Yeah, they had a good week of practice. They're used to practicing this time of year. Soon it will be the gales of November will be upon us. But I don't see anything that's going to sink their ship so far the way they're playing. Straight drop, looking to throw deep. Cuts it off, throws it down the middle. Incomplete. Pass defended by number 2 of the Warriors. That's Charles Johnson.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here, but he might have got tipped a little bit. But yeah, great job by Charles Johnson, just breaking on the ball. And the pass was a little bit behind. That's why I was kind of curious to see if it was tipped by that linebacker. Yeah, let me see if there's a tip. No, I don't think
so.
Yeah, no tip. No, just good play by Charles Johnson.
3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Warrior defenders. There's Dan Hill. That pass is complete.
And that's frustrating for a defense. You think you have the quarterback, you think you have a play that's going negative, and what happens is the secondary probably just lost concentration, focused too much on the quarterback, and then allowed a guy to eke out. But give credit to McLaughlin, he found the open man.
So at the end of the first quarter from Frederick Stadium, campus of Winton Woods High School, we have a score of the Winton Woods Warriors 14 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 3. I think that linebacker, Dan Hill, he's going to get home on that before this game is over.
Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. And remember, your health is top priority at our partners at Mercy Health. To learn more, visit mercy.com. You have your favorite relationships before or after or during the game or anytime you're hungry. Please carry out your area in the roads and the store card on mercy.com or call 513-347-1111.
Okay, so here we are, first play of the second quarter. McLaughlin with the snap, straight drop. He's letting him in on the screen. His pass is complete. He's got blockers out in front of him. Finally pushed out of bounds. Not until he gets down to the Warrior. Looks like 45-yard line.
Yeah, great, really good job by Jalen Grant running that screen route, but also great concentration by Patrick McLaughlin making that screen play. And Winton Woods came with the worst play on that screen, which was a linebacker blitz as well. And so it just kind of allowed your safety set to come up when Jalen Grant was already down the field at the 50-yard line.
11:52 left in the half. So the Ward defense is going to have to just kind of play it straight up tough. There's a give, and the Ward defenders are there, granting this guy a 2-yard loss on the play.
On the stop for the Warriors, number 15, C.J. Buckman. A loss of 1 on the play.
T.J. Buckman, that's a junior linebacker, 6'1", 185 pounds. McLaughlin, he's got trips right. He's going to try the strategy of spreading the Word defense out, man in motion. Over the middle, and this pass is knocked down. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think Winton Woods just got there a tad bit early on that pass.
So with this pass interference, Word defense starts moving back to their goal line.
Yep, that was kind of, it might have been the angle the ref had, but I thought that was a good play
Yeah,
on
it
the
didn't
ball.
look like it was that bad at all.
Yeah, you
and
see
the
a
ref
lot.
was right there.
Yeah, you've seen a lot more blatant pass interference not called than that, and
Exactly. But we know, the Warriors do know that, and since they've passed this way before, the officiating in the postseason becomes a little bit more fine too. And that's where they're going to have to eliminate these penalties. Of course they're good. There's a pass to the right flat. He's looking for help, but the Ward defenders are all over it. They got it shut down.
yeah, that was a. I don't know if the running back just got lost in coverage or what happened there, but there was almost no one within the vicinity of 10 yards. Jalen Grant.
Got a Lancer slow to get up. That's number 1.
Good blocking downfield by his wide receivers, although I think number 2 might have been holding a tad, but I guess you can call holding on every play.
2nd and 4 for the Lancers.
Looks like we got an official being looked at by the medical staff out there? No, that's not an official. That's number 1, but we don't have, do we have a name for this number 1?
Why should you bank there? Because COPs and SCU, you're not just a customer, you're a member owner of the credit union with access to free checking, low rate loans, and so much more.
So I'm told that that's number 3, Jalen Grant.
Yeah, well, hopefully he comes back in the game. He's a huge part of their offense.
Second down and 4 for Salle.
Oh, he's angry. He threw his helmet down in complete disgust over there. Here come the Lancers addressing this 2nd and 4 situation. Ball on the Warrior 26-yard line. Whistle on the play before the snap.
Yeah, I think Lancers might have jumped early.
False start on the Salle. He's on the 31-yard line. It'll be second down.
See on the replay. That's what McLaughlin's going to need to do is show this defense that there's various things he may do. Otherwise, they'll just sit and pin their ears back on him. Lancers looking over, clock rolling, 10-12. 2nd and 9. McLaughlin, straight drop, they're in on him. He's being pressured and forced out of the pocket, throws his pass incomplete.
Yeah, again, great job by the front 7 of that Winton Woods defense, getting penetration, forcing to roll out. And that time they had delayed a little bit of a spy, number 9 there, to close in on him when he was getting away from the defender. And of course, great coverage on the field to not allow anybody to become free in that scramble drill.
3rd and 9. We'll see what kind of play Coach McLaughlin has in mind. They're going to try to get so you say they can't worry about getting them to jump off. That's not enough yardage. So McLaughlin with the snap, he's throwing this ball over the middle, incomplete, off the hands of his receiver, number 2. D'Amico Jackson.
I want to say this. Yeah, Charles Johnson just that boom.
Nice.
Just that right hand just coming across. Nice recovery on that coverage, and yeah, that's just perfect man coverage right there by Charles Johnson.
Well, here come the Lancers out to tip the long field goal. This looks like it's going to be a 47-yarder. And that kick is up, and it's going to be good.
Wow.
It just cleared the crossbar.
He got just enough leg into that. That was incredible.
So with 9:49 left to go in the half here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 14 and the LaSalle Lancers 6. See, that's a good weapon to have deep in the playoffs, if somebody can split those uprights from that kind of distance.
Yeah, it's almost like a Justin Tucker-like, but on the high school level. Nice job by, I think, the kicker Mason Lunsman there.
Now, you say Justin Tucker, does that mean you're a Ravens fan?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
You look a little bit like Joe Burrow. Did anybody ever tell you that?
I have been told that. I'm like the poor man's Joe Burrow.
The poor man's Joe Burrow. Yeah, if I had your dough, I'd burn mine. Come on now. So we see the Lancers, they gotta feel good about themselves connecting on that long field goal. And if I was the Warriors, I'd be looking out for some trickery on this kick. There's the whistle blown. He steps into it. A little squibber. It's picked up on the 30 by the Warriors. He's running east with the ball, and he's hit hard. They're trying to strip him, too.
Yeah, that was a sort of an onside kick. I mean, they weren't lined up for one, but they were just trying to catch him off guard. I mean, by them, Winton Woods. But nice job catching the ball off the bounce. And
From what I can see, the Lancers have plenty of speed to get to the outside. And the Warriors aren't used to playing teams like that.
yeah, they got a lot of speed to the outside, and that's their strength, the Lancers.
So here's the Warriors offense out to address this 1st and 10 with 9:42 left in the half. George fakes to give, throws it out in the right flat. He's got a block and he's down the street. Finally gets shoved out of bounds, but not until he goes into Lancer territory at their 48-yard line.
Yeah, is that? I mean, they were just playing so off of Khalil Ollinger there. It was just a perfect screen because there's nobody in the vicinity for 10 yards, and he had a nice block by the wide receiver.
And that's something they seem to always have is good blocking by the receivers. Khalil Ollinger runs good routes, and he's going to step up. First man through gets the carry, and not until he picks up about 4 or 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7. 9:09 left to go. George waits to snap. He's got the ball, throws this ball low, but they're calling it a catch over there.
Wow. See this on the replay
So that
here.
ball is going to be down on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a
His
catch.
hands are under it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually a perfect placement because that cornerback was just coming in, so Van George, the best place to put it was low. Either nobody gets it or his receiver
or
gets
his
it.
guy gets it. Traymar Harris with a good catch. Cornice in through there, bust over, and nice stop by that LaSalle defender to his credit.
Yeah, really nice stop by that linebacker for LaSalle, just coming up and making that hit, not letting Trey Cornish run him over.
Look at that.
Kings 28, Sydney 0. In the first quarter, Milford 12, Western Hills 8. In the second quarter, Anderson 7, Troy 0.
Okay, here's the words on this 1st and 10. Ollinger in motion. There's a give to Cornice. He steps around right in. He's running through people. Down to about the 19, 18-yard line there. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Nice block by the right tackle, number 73 on that.
Yeah, there is a flag on the play, though. Yeah, it looks like there's holding on Winton Woods.
In the second quarter, Princeton 13, West Claremont 0. In the second quarter, Elder 21, Middletown 0.
Didn't quite get the number, but I assume it's probably on the right-hand side.
It was right, that right tackle looked like a good block. This is where the Warrior offense is going to have to overcome this mistake. Ollinger scoops it off the ground. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, that screen was a little bit low, and LaSalle was a bit ready for that one. They had guys collapse immediately.
On the stop, coverage is number 5, Pages Landon. 2nd and 20 for the Warriors.
So the Warriors facing the 2nd and 20. 7:48 left to go in the half. This ball's on the LaSalle 44-yard line.
Yeah, you don't need to get everything back right here. We're just trying to get, 9 yards or so. I would even try and give it to Ty Goody if he's in the game, or Trey Cornish.
Here's a give. No gain on the play.
Yeah, LaSalle did a great job right there. Just good tackle, good run stopping. Now it's an obvious passing down.
Third 21. This is where the Warriors have to be careful. They can't let this backfire into a worse situation than it already is. George, straight drop, looking to throw this ball over the middle. This ball is caught by his tight end.
Wow. Yeah, Waters right here just stuck behind the linebacker. In between the linebacker and the safety, and Van George placed it perfectly. Waters knew he was going to pay for it on that hit, but really nice pass.
Waters is a big body, physical mismatch, and he's another player that I'm sure these opponents don't have a whole lot of film on him, but if he can step up, it would be big.
Yeah, just he almost used his body there as like a boxing down a basketball.
Yep.
So now you got 4th and manageable if you're William Woods.
Win Woods took a timeout. 6:20 left to go in the first half. I guess where we heard our friend earlier from Tony in the truck that Coach Lee Johnson and his Northwest Knights are behind the Ross Rams right now. 21-0 now.
Wow, that's surprising because I think Northwest beat Ross in the regular season by a point. It was their closest game of the season. I think it was 36-35, something like that. There was a safety at the very end of the game.
That's what I mean. They've had such wild scenarios and outcomes in those games, but they play hard. They always do.
And like you said earlier, Northwest is a second-half team. We'll see what they can do. They were down by quite a few last week, came back.
You're right. See the Warrior offense coming back out on the field to address this 4th and 8. See what happened. George has Cornish moved up next to him to his right. They're on George. Throws his ball. It's caught. Looks like it's going to be a first down. We'll have to see what the officials come up with.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
So they're calling that a
Yeah.
Warrior first down. Chain gang gets to step in.
Well, I mean, just look at that pass with Van George over that defender, and receiver just making a nice catch. Surprised they didn't get called like a late hit because the whistle was blown and they were carrying the guy.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, clock moving, 5:48. There's give. Tries to step inside, now bounces it outside. He's going to score. That's Cornish, Trey Cornish for a big touchdown for the Warriors.
Wow.
That's what the Warriors needed.
Trey Cornish, he just finds that corner and then just that stiff arm on that play was amazing. And then use that speed, terrific to get to the edge. I mean, just a really nice job.
Yeah, he looks like he's feeling much better than he did a couple weeks ago. He looked like he had a little bit of nicks on him, but now he's storming his way on down the street,
Yeah.
which is what they need. Dan Umadombele, and the kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 5:37 left to go in the half here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Warriors 21 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 6.
Yeah, and if you're LaSalle, I mean, that whole drive was just, it looked like it was in your favor. You know, they were backed up, you know, 1st and 20. You know, they were there at one point, I think it was 3rd and 20.
Yeah.
And then they just, Winton Woods just was able to make terrific plays. And, I mean, this tremendous run here, going to the left-hand side, using that speed.
Yeah, the Lancers had kind of like a 1 step forward, 2 steps back set up on that drive.
And we saw that earlier in the game too, when Winton Woods scored their first touchdown. They had it backed up in the first quarter, and Winton Woods did a nice job just coming back from behind the chains and scoring a touchdown. So LaSalle's doing some good things initially on defense, but they're just not finishing.
That's right. They're just not finishing. The big man went out of the game. I don't know, number 3, if he'll be back, Lorenzo Hudson. This is where the Warriors just want to kick it deep, make these guys earn the long field if they're going to score. Ball's picked up on the 17-yard line. Tries to get outside. He does beat the first guy. We got a fight on the field. Somebody has to get flagged on that, it would seem to me. Elijah Gibbert, number 84, 6'4", 175-pound senior. Trying to explain to this Lancer that, why you think I'm on special teams? Okay, so here's the Lancer offense out on the field. Ball on their own 27-yard line. Man in motion. There's a give. He's looking for a hole, plants his foot, and there's nowhere to go.
Jalen Grant tries to go to the left side. No gain on the play. No gain. 2nd down and 10. Number 99, Delane Massey right. Number 22, Justin Hill. Made the stop for Winton Woods. 2nd down and 10 for LaSalle.
2nd and 10 for the Lancers. Or defense, knowing it's a passing situation. McLaughlin throws his ball complete, but very little gain on the play.
Yeah, Lorenzo Hudson right there coming in with excellent tackle, just good coverage. Not letting the receiver get any yards up to catch.
On the stop, number 3, Lorenzo Hudson. Pick up of 1 on the plays.
3rd and 9. Clock moving, 4:23. Rolling to his right, McLaughlin. That ball's picked off by Mr. Matthews. Mr. Matthews is in the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the Winton Woods Warrior defense.
Oh my gosh, Jermaine Matthews, just terrific read on the ball and just using that speed, taking it to the house. I think it's his 6th pick of the year.
That's a house call, and that's going to have us on running clock before too long.
I guess.
So the Warriors come out here on special teams.
You talk about what you absolutely did not want if you're a Lancer going into the 2nd half. Pick 6, you know. Anything else would have been fine, but that was just a game changer.
Okay, so here's the extra point try. There's the snap, the hold is down, and that kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 4:04 left to go in the half here, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 28 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 6. So far, the Warriors have answers for the Lancers.
Yeah, just good. Just forcing that quarterback to go to the left, and then just Jermaine Matthews, just excellent coverage. floated that ball out there off balance throw, and Jermaine Matthews just making him pay.
And he had a convoy. The defenders went from defense to offense in a split second and formed them a nice convoy. There it is. You know, if McLaughlin can't figure out a way to do something else with this ball, it's going to be a long night. Well, it already is a long night, but it's going to be worse.
Once again for Salle, number 9, Corey Beasley.
So here's the kick. And it's going to be gathered in on the 3-yard line by the Lancers, straight north with the ball. Round right in, and there's 2 flags on the play. We'll have to see how they got it sorted out.
Penalty flags on the field. Beasley was taken down by number 22, Justin Hill. Block in the back on LaSalle.
So the officials will be walking off this block in the back penalty on the Lancers. See on the replay.
Yep.
There
Right
it
there.
is against number 20.
Yard line.
Yeah.
First and 10, Lancers.
Not an egregious penalty, but yeah, definitely blocking the back.
3:57 left to go in the half, and this is where somebody else on Warrior defense may want to make their presence known.
Penalty
Whistle.
flag on the field. Illegal procedure on LaSalle.
Salle moving backwards.
Yeah, I think that's the second false start penalty on LaSalle this game.
First down, 15 from the 5.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where you say everybody except the center, you know.
Pass is complete. Makes a man miss, and he's still on his feet. Looks like he gets up to about the 9-yard line, maybe.
I thought he might have a chance after he broke that first tackle, but Winton Woods defenders just swarmed on him.
Stop made by number 9, Q Williams. Ball's out to the 8-yard line. They pick up a 3. Second and 12.
2nd and 12. Clock moving. 3:25 in the half. As we see the Warrior band marching over to the LaSalle sideline. This ball is complete. Makes a man miss, still on his feet, up to about the 20-yard line. Make it to 19.
Pass is complete to number 33.
Yeah, good. I feel the Lancers is just a nice, safe play.
Taken down by number 9.
You're backed up, just trying to get some yardage.
It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 18-yard line.
We'll see if the Lancers figure out that if they just start running the ball, maybe establish there's something that they can do in a positive. Here's the give. 3rd and 2. He's in there. Looks like he's going to be close to a first down.
Depends where they're saying it's a first down.
1st and 10, LaSalle.
Well, they'll give him that first down.
Yeah, he just got enough on that short run.
1st and 10, Lancers.
Clock moving. 2:27 in the half. The Lancers will be doing themselves a solid if they could just run this clock the rest of the half. Well, it's complete over to the left flat, and he's still on his feet. Finally shoved out of bounds. Not until he picks up a first down.
Yeah, they're almost going to this exclusive wide receiver screens on this drive. If I was the Winton Woods defense, I would probably just put my man up a little bit further on that screening wide receiver.
Well, if he's not careful, he's going to have to be accurate. If he starts getting a little bit sloppy with the location of those passes, they will. The Wintonwood's defense will return it.
Yeah. I mean, Jermaine and Matthews already made himself known to this offense, so.
Straight drop from McLaughlin. They're in on him. They got him sacked.
Number 11, quarterback Patrick McLaughlin.
Looks like we got more.
Scrimmage penalty flag on the field.
More chippy stuff going on down there.
And
Donald Robinson Jr., that's number 44. Donald Robinson the second.
Dead ball, personal foul.
That's a freshman defensive lineman at 5'10", 220.
They cancel each other out. Replay the down. It'll be second and 15
Yeah, so
from the 25-yard
can't do that.
yeah, just gotta, especially if you're winning Woods, you just gotta kind of keep your cool. You know you're the better team.
Second and 15. Straight drop from McLaughlin. Throws his ball down the far sideline. Incomplete.
pass was intended for number 9.
Yeah, I thought he had a guy open actually on the right-hand side, a slot receiver. But looks like he wanted to just go deep on that play, try and pick up some chunk yardage.
And 15 for the Salle.
So the Lancers come up to address this 3rd and 15 with 1:45 left in the half. They would like to pick up some yardage on this play. They got him flushed out of the pocket and sacked.
Patrick McLaughlin, sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by Winton Woods. A couple things there. First thing, he was kind of rolling out to his left, which I didn't understand because he had all his wide receivers most of them to the right. And the other thing is those long developing routes, which only favor the defense. We had that rush from Winton Woods to get in there, and they got home that time.
You know, I just don't think he has enough weapons to challenge the Warrior defense.
I think the Warrior defense is wearing them down. Warrior offense is just picking up pace. And right now, with 1:33 left, Winton Woods can definitely score
They can.
and go into the half.
We'll just see what nature they use, what method they use to score. Will they score via the long return?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll block a kick here. I don't know. You know, some of the sound of some of these other games in the area, some of these teams aren't having a fight at all. And that's,
Once again, concession stands are open on
we
both
still, we
sides.
hear from our truck, Tony in the truck, that Ross is up on the Northwest Knights 21-0.
On both sides of
So the cardiac ball that the Knights been playing, it doesn't look like it's going to hold up.
number 7, Jermaine Matthews Jr. is deep for the Warriors.
Okay, so we see Jermaine Matthews Jr. camped out on his 40-yard line, awaiting his kick. And the kick is off. End over end, far sideline. Looks like it's going to be out of bounds on the Lancer 46-yard line.
If you're a Winton Woods fan, you want them to take exactly 1 minute 29 seconds and score a touchdown going to half.
46-yard line.
Well, I'm a Winton Woods fan, and
Salle, 46-yard line.
I want to see him take 29 seconds and score a touchdown. But this is what the Warriors need, and something to take their minds off the heavy hearts that's been around the program for the past few days. They passed this way before. In motion is Matthews. He's got the throw. He makes the man miss. He's still on his feet, but they get him down. Looks like at the 43-yard line of the Lancers.
Pickup of a
I guess if they're going to use Matthews to have him on film for these other teams to consider, it's going to work.
Yeah. Get their playmaker in open space and work this clock a little bit.
Clock moving down to 50 seconds left to go. Straight drop by George. This ball's caught. Khalil Ollinger. And he's got 3 defenders who still don't have him down yet. And there's going to be a flag. The way they rudely twisted him at the very end of that tackle.
And did you see how on that play, everybody was focused on Jermaine Matthews going after the wide receiver screen, opened up to Khalil Ollinger. Nice little pinpoint pass by Van George.
Yeah, that's what happens when you got multiple guys that the defense has to think about. They can't just assume that, this guy's a decoy here.
Winton Woods is spoiled with offensive weapons.
Face mask on LaSalle.
Well, that face mask penalty on LaSalle will move this ball closer to their goal line,
21-yard
and
line.
it'll be on the 21-yard line.
Warriors from LaSalle, 21.
I'll tell you, that Khalil Ollinger, he wants it bad, because he's not going to just go down just because he's outnumbered. George got the snap, straight drop, look at his throw. This ball skips off the ground. Got to get it up. A lot of passes been skipping this ground tonight.
Yeah, and in that case, actually, it was good that the pass was incomplete because the clock won't run. Van George, you're right. He has been throwing his tendency low to relatively open receivers. So maybe just something to work on in the second half.
Second and 10, 37.1 seconds left to go in the half. George, straight drop, good protection. Fakes the throw and he pumps and runs around and that ball's caught for a touchdown in the end zone. What a catch. That's Jermaine Matthews Jr. They're calling a flag for excessive celebration. The Warriors, they got to, let me see, it's a good block, good protection really to allow him that much time.
Matthews Jr. Touchdown. 21-yard touchdown pass.
Man, see, that was just tremendous first pass by Van George, but just an amazing concentration by Jermaine Matthews in the back of the end zone. Again, we saw him tiptoeing his toes at the back of the end zone. He had a defender draped on him. Really nice job.
And see, I think some of this is the Warriors' defense. They're not going to take LaSalle for granted because they know who they are. And they don't want LaSalle to all of a sudden catch a fire in the first round game here at Winton Woods.
Yeah, they want to knock him out quick.
Excessive celebration penalty assessed to Winton Woods. That'll be assessed
Whatever
on kickoff.
this steak dinner that LaSalle's talking about giving these other guys, looks like LaSalle's receiving the liver and onion pregame meal from the Warriors. And that kick is up. And that kick is good. So, with 28.9 seconds left to go in the half, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 6. So we still got 28.9 seconds to see what happens. 35-6 at the half. So here's the Warriors special teams taking the field. I think I'm starting to see some new shirts out there. Number 10, Landon Anderson. Sophomore linebacker, 5'8", 195.
5-yard line due to the celebration penalty assessed against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Is number 9, Coy Beasley.
So with the penalty enforced, the Warriors will be kicking this thing off from their own 25-yard line. Dan Dumbelay steps off into it. Squibber. He's around left end, still on his feet, down the sideline where he gets some decent yardage, knocked out of bounds, or ran out of bounds. Looks like at the
Yeah, Coy Beasley just
46-yard line.
Yeah, Coy Beasley just has some really, really good speed. Find the outside corner on those kickoffs. Yeah, setting up good position for Lancers trying to get a quick strike here before the half ends.
So this is where the Word defense has to tighten up. They've lost a couple shutouts. One they lost late in the half. And they lost that one last week, but I didn't see that. They got him. This ball's out. Still out. Officials are having a discussion, and they're going to say that ball goes over to the Warriors.
Wow, I thought that might have been an incomplete pass at first. We'll have to see on the replay.
See on the replay here.
It looks like he might have been. Yeah, it looks like he was throwing it forward. But they called it a fumble. Oh, they reversed it. Okay.
So that call is an incomplete pass. And they got the Ward defense back out on the field. 12 seconds left to go in the half. So McLaughlin takes a knee, and that'll make the first half expire here from Frederick Stadium, where we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 6. Waycross Community Media will be more. We'll be back with more after halftime. Thank you.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
songs come from our senior night show and homecoming. Here's One Republic 6, Counting Stars. We never miss our other homecoming song with Pitbull's Fireball.
participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Ohio develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome to the second half of tonight's contest here from Frederick Stadium, where we have a score of the Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 6. Now, Chris, in the second half of this game, it's up to the Warriors to remain professional and lose the penalties. Now, these things are, all the parts of their offense and defense are running smooth, clicking on all cylinders, as they say. Now, for the second half, they have to stay injury-free for next week's game. But it's good to see this team this year, and I like the way these guys move.
Yeah, absolutely right. And really, the story of the first half was Winton Woods' defense just preventing LaSalle from doing anything they wanted. They're holding them to 83 yards total offense. That's incredible. And while Winton Woods is at 189 yards total offense on only 26 plays, they're scoring at will. They're using all their weapons that they have. Every time you think you might be able to shut them down the run, they do a screen out to Jermaine Matthews. They find Van George has been on fire in terms of passing. We saw them doing those seam routes with the tight end where he basically fits it between a linebacker and a safety, which has been incredible. The end of the half back throw to Jermaine Matthews was insane. And then LaSalle, they want to get Jalen Grant the ball, the running back, and he's a playmaker, and they're just unable to do anything with it. They're shutting him down. And then Coy Beasley, who I thought their leading receiver might have a threat in this game, he's so far been silent. The only time we've really seen Coy Beasley have any sort of threat, and they're almost LaSalle's greatest offensive play is actually on kick returns. So if LaSalle wants to have any chance, they need to get back on schedule. And right now they can't afford to run the ball. They're going to have to pass. So you figure there's going to be Coy Beasley. It's a healthy dose of Coy Beasley back in the game for LaSalle. And then Winton Woods, just like you said, stay healthy and just continue to run.
Exactly. Now, Chris, the Warriors are back to receive this kick. Start the second half. Looks like they got Jermaine Matthews camped out on his 10-yard line. Cameron Calhoun's across from him on the 10. So there's the whistle, and the Lancers will serve this ball up. Cameron Calhoun with the ball up to his 35-yard line, where he's taken down by the Lancers special teams, and the Warriors offense takes the field. They're going to mark this on the 34-yard line. So the Warriors have got a 1st and 10. Corners back there. They shift the tight end. Tyler Gooding, there's Cornish with the carry, muscled in there.
Number 6, James Myers.
Excuse me, that's James Minor the third.
About 3 yards on his carry.
At this point, the Warriors will probably be happy with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I don't want to say they'll be happy with it, but even if that's what the case is, they can be playing next week.
And really nice job by James Minor there, preventing breaking the tackle in the backfield off that wimpy tackler and, picking up 3 yards.
And this is indicators that the guys are still playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
There's a give, and he's straight north with the ball, south in this case, and they finally get him tackled at the 35-yard line of the Lancers.
Yeah, James Minor just right there found a hole. The Lancer defense just over-pursued. Nice job by the Winton Woods offense, just taking all those guys and moving them out of the way. It's like the Red Sea party. James Minor went right up the middle.
That flag is going to wipe all that out, though.
Yeah, it did not.
See, future opponents can be looking at all these penalties and saying, well, we could get inside their head rent-free and cause a few like that, too.
Yeah, just these mental mistakes are killing their drives.
So they're going to have this ball gear on their own 28-yard line now. Clock moving down to 11:03.
Second down, 16 for the Warriors.
See on the replay,
I think
he might be calling number 73 again.
Yeah, it's number 73 on 11. Just grabbed him from the right shoulder.
There's George. James Minor the third. Looks like he picked up about 3 tough yards.
Yeah, look at this replay. Just 73 just pushing his man out of the way. And James Minor just keeping those legs moving even when he's getting twisted.
Okay, looks like 3rd and 11. The Warriors are looking to throw this ball. Looks like they're going to move Khalil Ollinger over to the weak side of the field. He's going to probably try that sideline fly pattern. We'll see what happens. There's George with the snap, straight drop, looking to throw this ball. He's flushed out of the pocket. He throws this ball incomplete.
That was just great coverage by LaSalle. It was just not allowing him to get any open receiver, and almost a dangerous pass there. Threw it high, and you never want to throw it high and let it sail.
I'm starting to sense that LaSalle is starting to get the picture about Khalil Ollinger and that he's someone that you got to pay special attention to.
Yeah, Khalil Ollinger has just been a menace in the first half, and now LaSalle is finally making sure he's not getting the ball and staying covered.
Fourth and 11. The Warriors, a timeout is called, and I think they'll.
Timeout, Winton Woods, their first timeout of the second half.
So 9:43 left in the 3rd quarter, and on this 4th and 11. You gotta just kick it to him. You gotta execute a good punt, though. I mean, but the Warriors don't feel that they can. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't think I'm trying to see it. I have not seen the Warriors actually punt, but it looks like
they are now. It's Cameron Calhoun back there to punt this ball. Lancer's got a guy camped out on his own 34-yard line and waiting this kick. There's a snap. Good rush by the Lancers. Fair catch signal. Looks like it's going to take a Warrior bounce of all things, and it's going to be down at the 43-yard line.
You know, that's my first time seeing Winton Woods actually punt a ball, and I will have to say that was actually really good hang time, letting his guys get down there. Just nice form and everything.
Yeah, and see, when you got phases of the game that are great, your offense, defense, special teams, and everything else just flows right with it. I think as long as the Warriors play hard, they need to eliminate some of these penalties.
Yeah, the penalty really set them off schedule in that first drive. You saw what they wanted to do. They just run the ball repeatedly. But when you get that backed up yardage, it's hard to do that, especially when they're loading the box. They know you're going to run.
There's Calhoun blitzing, and they pick him up, and the the Lancer running back makes good yards near first down.
And really, look at that nice job by Lancer's offensive line pulling and sealing that hole so it allows Jalen Grant to get through. Good offensive line play. It's pretty impressive to see those guys just pulling at high school level like that.
Yeah, Grant made a nice pickup on that. Man in motion, offside, illegal procedure for LaSalle. The Warriors, they just got to play hungry. That's what they played last year in the playoffs. It was strictly hungry. Things were being said about them in the newspapers, and I'm sure they don't read them now. Okay, so here we are, 2nd and 6. Here they are on McLaughlin. He throws it away.
Yeah. So that was excellent defense on a screenplay. Winton Woods knew exactly what Lancers were trying to do. They took away the screen, they panicked the quarterback, and he just had to throw it. And that looks like intentional grounding to me.
Yeah, that should be intentional grounding.
It didn't even make it to this line of scrimmage.
And he wasn't outside the tackle box.
Yeah. But that was just they knew Winton Woods made that correction in halftime to make sure the screen was not going to be allowed, not let that outlet pass to Jalen Grant, take that away.
Well, they have good, solid coaching, especially on the defensive side of the ball with Coach Carlton Gray, NFLer, and he just talks to the guys, he talks in pictures to where you can understand exactly what he wants to happen. So 4th and 6. Looks like Lancer's going to be kicking this thing over where we have Jermaine Matthews the third. Oh, excuse me, Jermaine Matthews Jr. .840 left in the third. Kick is up. Matthews grabs it in on the 20, trying to get to the outside, but they got him cornered. He's trying to run back the other side of the field. There's a flag down there, and
there's going to be a block in the back.
Whatever he had, that's going back.
And as athletic as Jermaine Matthews is, that's the issue. When you start going side to side like that, your blockers can't keep their blocks, and they start blocking people in the back.
And you just got to recognize when it's not going to happen this time. Here he comes off now. He's got a hitch in his giddy up. That's another thing plays like that have a tendency of doing. It's just a question of now, will this Warrior coaching staff start getting some clean shirts into this game, knowing that they got to play next week?
Yep.
Personal foul on the Warriors.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks like it was it blindside block maybe, or yeah, because he's yeah, it looks like it's a personal foul. It looked like a crack block, where blindside.
So here's the Warriors, 1st and 10 on the 10, give inside. About 3 yards. No, not even that. See, these penalties have a way of giving life to these opponents.
Also, on stop number 16, Brady O'Connor.
Clock moving, 7:54 left to go in the third quarter. George Gives inside. Very little gain on the play.
Yeah, nice job by the Lancers again, just stopping the run up the middle. They had trouble with that in the first half. They're doing a better job with it now. But it does make it easier to. Yeah, they just stopped everything. I thought they might go to the power side, instead of 2 extra blockers, but instead they went to the middle.
So here the Warriors are, 3rd and 7, 7:08. They need to pick up some yards. George, straight drop, throws his ball. Incomplete, just over the fingertips of number 5, Traymar Harris.
He had Harris too, just a little bit high. A little bit high and away.
While we have a minute before too long, I want to remind the audience we'll have this game will be played Friday night, 10:28. That's at 10 p.m. Tuesday, November 1st at 9 a.m. I won't be seeing that one. And on Spectrum, Alta Fiber. Ooh, that punt has been blocked. Warriors are going to let it roll whatever mileage they can get, and it's going to set up on the 47-yard line of the Warriors.
Yeah, great block by the Lancers there. But decent roll for Winton Woods, despite being blocked.
Yeah, that ball was blocked.
Yeah, it looks like he has right paw right in there.
Warriors fortunate they got it, like you said, a decent roll out of that.
Could have been a lot worse.
Now on Spectrum 979, digital and 850 Alta Fiber, this game will be Saturday, 10:29 at 8 p.m., Sunday, 10:31 at 4 p.m., and Wednesday, 11:02 at 6:30 p.m. There's a giver, McLaughlin's going to try to keep it, but he gets hammered down.
Yeah, excellent job there. Just knowing on that read option, like this man has the running back, this man has a quarterback. Doing a great job swarming him.
Lots of one. So this is the point of the game where everybody's got to tighten up. This is real easy to get kind of cruise control into sleep about this affair, but there's a give. Dan Hill runs it down from the backside. Number 22. Justin Hill, excuse me. That was a nice tackle by Justin Hill.
Yeah, excellent tackle.
3rd and 10. Injury timeout. Looks like we got a Winton Woods Warrior down. That's number 9, Hugh Williams. See Coach Murphy going out there to make sure things are good. There's Williams over the sideline getting some medical attention. Wait a minute, this could be a cramp the way it's looking. Okay, so here's the Lancers on this 3rd and 10. McLaughlin fakes the give. Complete over the middle. This guy's still running. He's halfway to Kroger's. So they finally get this guy taken down, but not until he gets inside the Warrior 10-yard line.
And like we said, that's Coy Beasley. They're going to get the ball more into his hands. He's their playmaker, leading receiver, leading scorer. But
no, they're going to call that 1st and 10. But no, there's it's 1st and goal. Straight drop. This ball is incomplete over the middle. Cameron Calhoun there to slap it away.
Yeah, Cameron Calhoun has been swarming to the ball. No one's able to get a catch against him. So great job right there again, putting that right hand, breaking up that ball. We've seen that several times tonight.
T.J. Buckman with an assist on that play to where he put a good rocking on that player. 2nd and 10. 5:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Straight drop for McLaughlin. He throws his ball. It's incomplete pass. Screen pass.
Yeah, just again, Winton Woods has corrected that screen from the first half. They've been taking it away from Lancers. They have a linebacker trailing from behind, just making sure that running back doesn't eke out into open space.
3rd and goal. Of course, now we know the Lancers have a solid place kicker, but they could have all the field goals they want at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, field goals aren't going to do you a whole lot of good.
McLaughlin throws his ball. Incomplete, batted down.
Gotta see replay. That looked like a great play on the ball right there by Cameron Calhoun.
That's correct. His body didn't even twist or anything.
That was just a great play. I have no idea if.
This is why the Warriors have to play effective.
I mean, that's really close if they're going to call it, but that's just great defense
great
on a
play.
slant route.
That's what I'm saying. That was a Sunday afternoon play.
Yeah, you just crash down where it's at its highest point.
So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Looking to throw this ball. Ball slapped down by Cameron Calhoun once again.
It was almost a carbon copy of the play before, no flag.
On the covers for Winton Woods, number 1, Cameron Calhoun. Passes intended for number 9, Coy Beasley. It will be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, really nice play.
And McLaughlin shouting out some last-minute instructions to these ball players. Looking to throw into the corner of the end zone. That pass has been batted away, incomplete, and no flag.
Yeah. They have gone exclusively against Cameron Calhoun, and he has been denying them every single time.
Well, that's what these future opponents need to see happen.
Yeah, but they're trying to get the ball to Coy Beasley. Cameron Calhoun has been shutting it down. Really, just a 50-50 ball, and Cameron Calhoun won that one.
So, 4:44 left to go. There's George with the offense on the field. He claps the snap. He gives the Cornish. Cornish muscle straight in there. Picks up good yardage. Looks like he crossed the 5-yard line. That's not Cornish. That's number 26, Tyler Gooding.
Yeah, and that's a win for Winton Woods. Just getting that clock to run, getting positive yards, and especially no penalty.
That's Tyler Gooding, a 5'9", 210 pound sophomore. Give inside. Much muscle, very little yardage. Looks like they got him stopped about the 9-yard line. I'm hearing a report from the truck, from Tony, saying that Coach Lee Johnson and the Northwest Knights are having it handed to them by the Ross Rams 35-0. George, straight drop, throws his ball deep over the middle, over everybody's head, incomplete.
Yeah, that was he was the only route being run for a pass right there, and the Lancers were not fooled. Double coverage, good thing he just threw it incomplete. That would have been.
It's, you know, the Warriors are frustrated they can't get this to a running clock as we see Cameron Calhoun camping out to receive this snap for this punt. There's a snap. Nice high end over end kick. And it's muffed. Warriors pick it up. And that's number 15, TJ Buckman. Clock still running. Now it's shut down at 3:19. We'll see what happens on this replay.
Yeah, just great job there by TJ Buckman. Picking that ball up, not even falling on it, just picking and scooping it right up.
Yep.
Heads up play. And then Lane Somerville, just tough catch, trying to make that sliding catch, bounce right off his chest.
So Winton Woods offense about to take the field once the officials in their conference.
Personal foul, Winton Woods. I think something happened on the sideline, maybe.
So another personal foul on the Warriors. See Traymar Harris looking over the sideline in exasperation over the situation.
Yeah, plays over. Whistle's definitely done. They shoves him into his own bench.
Yeah,
Pretty
see,
obvious.
they can't have these penalties like this.
Yeah, this is especially when you just you won't put the game out of reach. You just want to end it.
That's right. They're going to have the target on their back, especially after this week. And on top of having a target on your back, you can't be helping these guys by giving them cheap calls. See George out here, he claps the snap, he's got the snap, he fakes the give and throws outside, his tight end catches the ball.
Yeah, most important thing too is the clock is running.
LaVille Waters, I'm saying, this guy, number 82, he could make a big difference for him. Future opponents don't know what this guy can bring to the table. But I could see he's bringing bad intentions to the table. George, hands off. Corners, very little yardage, just trying to strip it away from him.
Yeah, I mean, the Lancers just playing the run so hard right now. Look how close their safety is to the line of scrimmage. You're only playing a single high safety. It's hardly high. It's almost in line with the linebackers. The most obvious thing here, yeah, if you just have the receiver, they're playing one-on-one coverage. If you can have one of your receivers get open, it could just be a touchdown. Because you're playing man-to-man coverage across the board. The safety help is going to be late. Just got to give your quarterback some time to throw.
George looking around. Gives the ball off, and there they are waiting again.
Right. Yeah, keeps the clock running, what they're doing, which is great. But I might even try like a screen next time because you know they're playing so close to the line that if you get a screen, just anything to the outside to try and get those linebackers outside the box and use that open space you have, you can really make the defense pay.
So far, we have no score in the second half of this game. There's a kick. High kick. Fair catch signal. And made at the 38-yard line of the Lancers. Pass is complete in the right flat. Looks like number 3 with the ball. That's Jalen Grant.
Yeah, they had numbers, but nice job again by Winton Woods just swarming to the wide receiver screen there.
Clock rolling. 49 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Cameron Calhoun did a great job. He fell, got up, and made the tackle. That was really athletic.
2nd and 6. Gives inside and guy muscles his way in there for about 3-4 yards. Clock rolling down to 12 seconds. They're going to get it off. Pass is complete, but he can't shake Mr. number 3, Lorenzo Hudson.
Lorenzo Hudson came from a safety position all the way down to the line of scrimmage, made that tackle in the open space. Nice play.
This is where, again, you got multiple guys showing up and doing their job.
Another flag on the field.
Looks like that's going to be the end of the third quarter from Frederick Stadium. We have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the visiting LaSalle Lancers 6. So that face mask penalty call on the Warriors for fourth quarter will start with the Lancers in the Warrior territory on their 44-yard line. So here's the Lancers offense over the ball. Patrick McLaughlin back there waiting to snap. Tries to hand off, but the Warrior defense is there. That's number 9, Q Williams on the stop.
Q Williams with a penetration, just nice job getting the backfield and bring him down.
That's what they got to be happy about. Q Williams comes off again with this cramp. Get him some fluids. Okay, so untimed down situation. So now they're calling that the end of the third quarter. We'll start the fourth quarter with the score of the Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the LaSalle Lancers 6. So it sounds like some of the other top dog teams in the ECC are having it their way tonight also then, Chris.
Yeah, it seems like it's going pretty much as we expected. You know, no upsets, nothing surprising.
I'm glad to hear that Coleraine made it out to their game at Mason. They had an unfortunate occurrence on I-75 North. This ball's picked off. That's number 1 with that pickoff for the Warriors, Cameron Calhoun.
And McLaughlin just telegraphed that pass. I mean, just threw it, and Cameron Calhoun has been waiting for a pick this entire game. You knew he was going to get one.
I knew it.
And right there, just read it and picked it off. Excellent play. Yeah, McLaughlin knew he was throwing to right away the entire play, Coy Beasley. And the other guy who knew who was being thrown that way the entire way was Cameron Calhoun.
So here's the Warriors offense on the field. George in the pistol, turns, fakes to give to corners, throws complete. That's Traymar Harris on the grab.
Yeah, nice little fake by Van George there, turned around and found his hot route receiver, number 5. Easy pitch and catch.
Looks like the Warriors are staying injury-free, pretty much. I mean, I'm trying to picture if they had KC Spears on top of this, they would be hurting folks.
Oh, yeah.
There's corners with the give. He's going to try to run outside, but there's 2 flags on the play. We'll see what they come up saying.
Say maybe there's face mask. The Lancers.
So the officials are going to mark this holding call off against Winton Woods.
Number 72 just kind of takes his guy to the ground like sort of a wrestling move.
Well, some of these guys need to be on the wrestling team here in a couple weeks. But we'll worry about the wrestling team Christmas Eve. George back there. Ball on the 43-yard line of the Lancers. George rolling to his right, throws this ball, and it's going to fall into the hands of Khalil Ollinger, who's jerked out of bounds by the defender. It almost looks like a horse collar.
Khalil Ollinger's been everywhere for this offense. I mean, he's been doing everything for this team. Just great route. Great little post route there. Found the corner.
Nice drop to dime.
Yeah, just dropped the dime right in there. Nice overhand catch. Excellent play.
Ollinger back in the game. This ball is dribbled back to George, but he's able to pick it up and hand it off. And this guy gets around the corner, close to the goal line, down to about the 1.
Trey Corners. Yeah. Nice little, I mean, just amazing how he's able to outrun all the defenders. Looks like he's dead to rights. And just runs over that corner. Trey Corners just has a little bit of everything. Power, speed.
Yeah, he's got everything. I'm happy for him. I really, when they got him transferred over here, I said, this is going to be a monster. There's Corners, got a man draped all over him in the backfield. Tackle for a loss.
Behind around the 6. At the 6-yard line. Taken down by number 4, B.J. Ross.
George looking over the sideline.
Down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, if you're winning wins right now, no rush. Just take your time.
9:27 left to go in the game. There's Cornish with the give, but they're all over him. He can't get outside. It's just as well because they need Dan Umudombele, their place kicker, to get some.
Number 87, Dan Umba, into the 25-yard.
Clock moving, 8:50 in the game. Warrior Nation needs this ball to split these uprights. Hole is down, and the kick is blocked. No good. I guess that kick was blocked.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was blocked or if it just was a low kick. You know, maybe the.
But oh my goodness. So with 8:30 left to go in the game, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the LaSalle Lancers 6. The Warriors just can't get that to running clock. First and 10 for the Lancers on the Warriors' 20-yard line. There's the give. 33 gets her outside. He's got a block. He's still on his feet. And they finally get him knocked down on the Lancer 38-yard line.
Devin Bird just kind of bounced to the outside, got lost in that mess right there, and found some daylight.
Looks like they're calling a hold on the Lancers. Face mask. We see the Halloween costumes worn by the cheerleaders of the Warrior Nation down there. First and 15 for the Lancers. Ball on the Warrior 15-yard line. Patrick McLaughlin. Hands off. Number 33 with the carry. Devin Bird. 5'11", 200-pound sophomore.
No game. No game. And on the tackle for Wick Warriors, number 44, Donald Robinson II, and also number 99, Delane Massey Wright.
Clock moving down to 7:38.
Okay, first off, it's 2nd and 10.
Tackle made. Completed pass in the left flat, but a tackle immediately made by the Warrior defender.
Yeah, Warrior defender just came in there and just ended that play before he even really got started. Just took him out from his legs. Nice open field tackle.
Are tied up at 21. On the start for Winton Woods, number 29, Don Rogers.
Take the road, you can't. Don't be like a football.
So here's the Lancers looking at this third down play. Straight drop. McLaughlin. Ball's complete. His receiver taken down immediately. It's number 14 on the tackle, Josh Thompson.
On
Yeah, the Warriors are just doing a great job of not allowing any sort of run after the catch. So they're going to play press coverage on the outside or the near side, but soft coverage on the far side.
6-18.
Now they're playing press across the board to
4th
the
and
outside.
11. McLaughlin throws his ball. It's complete. Over the middle. And his man is still on his feet. And it's going to be a house call. Touchdown for the Salle Lancers. No flags on the field.
And Jalen Grant just getting free there. Nice catch. Or I'm sorry, D'Amico Jackson. Nice deep pass.
Yeah, and D'Amico Jackson, he looks like he's got like a cramp where he exited the field.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there in Wintonwood's defense because it was just a straight seam route from the inside receiver and kind of got lost in coverage. Maybe just not communication between the corner and the safety.
Hole was down, and that kick is up. The kick is good. So with 6:01 left to go in the game, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 35 and the LaSalle Lancers 13. You know,
Yeah.
it seems like
I just don't.
every week the defense has this kind of a lax moment where they let a big touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know if their eyes got caught in the backfield. It just seems like they kind of just let them go right past them. But
they got new shirts in the game too.
Yeah, they do. That's what I was gonna say. It looks like they have their second string backups in there now.
This is number 21, Ty Bowler chasing them. That's a junior DB, 6 foot, 180. Number 30, Richard Bedford, 5'7", 150-pound DBs, senior. So correctly, the Warriors are putting new shirts in the game.
Yeah. Especially on their back end. You know, I don't see any Jermaine Matthews. I don't see Cameron Calhoun. I mean, you would have known if Cameron Calhoun's there. He's been making himself known the entire game.
You see Cameron Calhoun. And is that Jermaine Matthews? No, but that is Cameron Calhoun.
Cameron Calhoun's back there to.
And we see the Lancers are going to onside kick this ball.
Good recovery.
And it's a loose. If it's recovered, it's going to be on the Warrior 46-yard line. And that's when the Warrior offense will come out, put it in gear on their 46-yard line with 5:59 left to go in the affair. This is where they need to get some of these, first string offensive linemen, people, get them out of there because you're going to need them.
Yeah, I mean, this right now, all you want to do is just keep the clock running, make a long drive, and put this game to bed.
Keep the clock running, keep the flags in this guy's back pocket. There's a give inside. And number 6, James Minor III, protecting that ball going through there.
Yeah, that's a good positive play on the first down of the drive. It's a nice little 5-yard run.
Yeah, this is where the Warriors are to see the end in sight, knowing that if we just run the clock. I wonder what kind of practice they'll have this week. They've got to figure out a way to address these penalties. George with the snap and the give. No whistle. Finally, whistles on the play. Clock still moving. Down to 5 minutes left to go in the affair.
1 yard on the carry. On the stop, number 90, Peyton Abney. With a ready for the Lancers. 3rd and 5 for Winton Woods.
So So 3rd and 5 for the Warriors. Clock moving down to 4:36. There's a give. James Martin III can't get much out of it.
Yeah, I think they have their backup offensive line in there now. Maybe a few starters still on the offensive line still in there.
So we are starting to see where the Warrior faithful, the Warrior Nation is starting to ease their way out of the building. 3:52 left to go in the affair. Calhoun in the world kick.
Yeah, but it's going to be roughing the punter. I think it's going to be a first down for Winton Woods.
Okay, so LaSalle roughing the kicker, huh?
Yeah, that was pretty clear.
Well, it looks like our buddy Coach Lee Johnson up there in Northwest Knights lost this game tonight to the Ross Rams. What was it, 41-7?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, 41-7. I think was the final score.
So the Rams will be coming in here next week then. .38 left to go as the Warrior offense comes out on the ball.
Yeah, they've taken out all the starters now. Backup QB's in.
We got number 12, Seanta Stewart Jr. Tries to make the handoff, but he is met. That's number 17, Charles Mathis II, 5'11", 155-pound sophomore.
You know, he's really lucky to hang on to that ball out of the handoff exchange by the time he got hit by a Lancer tackler.
Yeah, Jalen Goody, number 70, a 6'1", 355-pound senior, still in there off the starting. Got a couple of those offensive linemen starters still in there. There's a give, number 17, trying to get outside. He breaks through, and he's going to score. I don't think Dude is going to catch him, but he did.
Wow.
We got flags on the play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a horse collar tackle on Lancers. It was an awkward tackle.
2:42 left to go here. We see on the replay, Warrior Nation saying there's horse collar going on.
Yeah, that was just really good blocking by the offensive line, obviously, and then the whole opening between the right tackle and the right guard.
That was a horse collar. Yep.
Official timeout.
This is what we meant, though, about staying healthy. You got to get out of here healthy, and you don't want to see any player getting a horse collar tackle, not even a 5'11", 155-pound sophomore, Charles Mathis. And we see, you know, our crew, our volunteer crews that come to do these games for Winton Woods and Waycross Community Media, they give their all.
Yeah.
And the volunteer work is lacking in general in the world. And if more people would just volunteer and help these kids have some athletics, high school experience, because if we don't do it, the Taliban will. Whoops, I can't get to it. But so it looks like they are going to put him on the card. You see Winton Woods, they have a staff of dedicated hydration. You know, they're like their spirit. You know, these young ladies come out and support these players. As I practiced the other day, Casey Spears, you know, even though he's injured, he's over there keeping the spirit up. You know, he's like the spirit in the sky for these Warriors now to keep them.
And that's what you need, kind of, is that whole team buy-in. No matter who's injured, no matter who's a star, because that's how you get a state championship. That's how you
right.
repeat.
You know, sometimes people, you know, I'm not traveling with the team anymore, this and that. No, you got to stay right there. Concede victory. Because this game is, we were going to try to broadcast this game at 10 p.m. Now the idea is when they do start playing.
I said they're in victory formation. Yeah, I think they just realized they don't want anybody else injured. Just end this game.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Clock is rolling down to 2:20.
Yeah, but they can just take their time to snap this and knee it. Yeah, this is really smart by Winton Woods. Just no one else can get injured. We end the game.
This is a fine way for the Warriors to come open defense of their state title.
In overtime, Little Miami and Xenia are tied.
Oh wow, Xenia and Little Miami are tied in overtime. I think Xenia is the second seed in this region.
That's right.
Second down, Winton Woods.
Yeah, form usually holds in this opening round of the playoffs, but it doesn't sound like it over there tonight. Clock rolling down to 125.
Third down for the Warriors.
Clock under 1 minute.
Princeton wins 43-6 over West Claremont.
Here where our coach Andre Parker took his Princeton Vikings over West Claremont tonight in a victory.
St. X 42, Fairfield 28.
Something told me that Fairfield wasn't going to really do anything with St. X.
Yeah.
So we see the clock ticking down to triple zeros. Players lining up at the 50 to respect the game. It looks like it's going to do it for this week's playoffs for the OHSAA. So I'm Jacob Williams, and along with my partner, Chris Meade, and all the community assets of Waycross Community Media, we thank you for sitting in with us and bringing us into your living rooms tonight. You have a blessed weekend, and we will see you.